Hey, welcome back. So in our last video, we added this menu icon to our circular menu component, as well as this X button for when we open it. In this video, we're going to be focusing on a few things. First off, we're going to be integrating responsive design into our application so that when we get down to mobile size, things still fit on screen. Second, we're going to be integrating something called SCSS Variables into our project. And finally, we're just going to be cleaning up and we'll be all finished with this tutorial. So if that sounds good, let's go ahead and dive right in. To start, I'm going to minimize this window. I have my terminal open, so I'm going to shut that down as well. And inside of my circular menu folder, I'm going to come into part 6. I am going to move node modules to the trash. And in here, I'm just going to duplicate this, calling it part 7. Part 7, great. Now I'm going to go ahead and open that inside of Visual Studio Code. From here, I'm going to go inside of the source folder, into styles, into partials, and into circular menu.scss. Down here, we want to make a new media query, so I'm going to make a comment here, media query for mobile devices. Adding a separator line down here just to make things tidy. Up above, my linter is complaining about not having a space between these two style rules, so I'm going to go ahead and correct that and save. And right here, I'm just going to say @media screen. And we want to set a max width of 767 pixels. Great. In here, what do we want to do? We want to target our circular menu class, so I'm just going to duplicate this from above, come down and paste it in here. We don't need the position on here. The only thing we need are a height and width. So instead of 144, I'm just going to change this to 81 pixels by 81 pixels. With that, we should be able to start this project up in our localhost and see a change. I'm going to go ahead and minimize my Visual Studio Code window, come over to my terminal, type in cd followed by a space, and paste in my part 7 folder. From here, we just need to run npm install. Okay. That might take a bit, so I'm going to cut the video right here. I'll see you when that's done. Okay, our node modules folder is now done installing. All we have to do from here is run npm start to see our project inside of the browser. That might just take a minute here. Still loading up there. Let's try a hard refresh. And there we go. If I open this, everything works as before. If I shrink down to the point of 767, oops, I actually made a mistake. I forgot to save. If we save all, now I'm going to come back to Chrome here. If we shrink this down, there we go. We get a mobile-sized menu. From here, I'm going to go ahead and quit Safari because there's no need to have that open, and I'm going to minimize my Google Chrome window. Back inside of Visual Studio Code, I'm going to make a new file inside of the partials folder. I'm going to make a new file and call this _variables. Oops. Get rid of that. Ignore that there. Inside of partials, new file icon _variables.scss. Perfect. In here, I'm just going to paste some variables. Now, don't worry about copying all this down yourself. All of this is listed in the description below for this video. Now that we have our variables file created and saved, I'm going to direct my attention over to main.scss. And inside of the body and HTML tags here, we just wanted to specify some new styles. So I'm going to say font family of primary font as specified in our variables file. I'm going to say font size of small font size. Up above, I'm going to say background color, and we have a dark purple variable defined inside of our variables file, so dark purple. Next up, I also want the default color of everything in our HTML document also to be dark purple, so we can go ahead and copy that right here. With that, all we need to do is come up above and import another new file. We just need to call this variables, and we should be good to go. If I file, save everything, and come back into Google Chrome, oops, little typo right here, no big deal, small font size, save again, you can see everything is just working like before. And if we refresh, we get our nice dark purple background. It's good confirmation that everything is working. All right, going back over to Visual Studio Code now. From here, I'm going to go into circular menu.scss, and from the top we want to change some of our properties to integrate variables. So up here inside of circular menu, we want a variable name of extra large space. Same below, width and height of extra large space. Next up, in our menu button class right here, we want a background color of dark purple secondary, so dark purple secondary. Command S to save everything. Below, we can just keep going. So for our circular menu icon class, we can come right here, and instead of 18 pixels, we can say small space, so small space. For 27 pixels down here, that's going to be the medium space variable, so medium space. This off-white color is in our variables.scss file as well, so we can say off-white. And right here, 3 pixels is an extra small space, so we can say extra small space. Command S to save again, and we can go ahead and keep going. Down below, you can see 27 pixels again, so that is going to be a medium space, so we can just copy this up above to save some time. Medium space and medium space, there we go. We remember that this color FE is our off-white, so we can go ahead and copy that. Down below, this is another instance of extra small space. Copy, Command S to save everything once again. Keep going, we are almost done. Down here, 81 pixels, and 81 pixels is going to be our large space variable. So I'm just going to type that in, large space. Copying it and pasting it one more time. If we go ahead and file, save everything, and come back into Google Chrome, you can see all of that is taking effect. If I refresh the browser, open my menu, we have a lot nicer colors and everything is working just great. Now, there is a little bit of a problem. If you look really closely, there is a ridge behind our menu icon, and that is because some of our menu items are revealing themselves. All we need to do to fix that is come up above into the menu button class. And right above width, I'm going to make a new property. I'm going to say transform. And we want to scale just 1.01%. That should get rid of our little ridge. If we go ahead and say Command S to save and come back, you can see that we no longer see anything around the edges of our menu icon. Perfect. Coming back over to Visual Studio Code now. The next thing we want to do is clean up a lot of the duplicate properties between the menu button and menu item classes. and move them over to the shared styles up here. First off, we have align items that is shared between both, so I'm going to cut that, remove it down below, and just paste it inside of the shared styles. Good. Background color is exclusive to menu button and is not shared, so we can leave that be. Border radius is not, so I'm going to cut that. Remove it down here and just paste it in the shared styles like before. Perfect. Display flex is another shared style, so we can cut that, remove it down here, and just paste it up above. Height of 100% is another one. I'm going to cut that, come up above, and just paste it in, getting rid of it down here. Justify content of center is shared, so I am just going to cut that, come up here, and paste it in, getting rid of that right here. And the last one is a width of 100%, so cut, remove, and paste. Command S to save everything. Right here, my linter is complaining because the justified content should come before left. So I'm just going to paste that up here, Command S to save, and we should be good to go. Now, that is going to be it for this video, and that is it for this tutorial series. I hope you stick around for the next series of videos that I do. Have a good one and stay tuned.